But then I found this Citroen being advertised for sale, and up at Bundaberg. I thought, oh, Citroen. I got a bit of a love affair with them from years ago. Thought I'll have a look at the Citroen instead of Mark II Jag. And hence, went to Bundaberg. As soon as I saw the car, I said, I'm buying that motor car. And as I did. My name's Peter Amy. This is my 1953 Citroen Traction Avant, or otherwise known as the Light 15. This is an English build one, 1953. There is a different distinction from the English to the French build ones. The differences are that the English build ones have a wooden dash compared to the French ones with a metal dash. The English build ones have leather seats and carpets against cloth seats and rubber mats. The chevrons in the front will, they're the inside on the English ones, outside on the French ones. Different door handles and different bumper overriders. Also 12 volt Lucas system against a 6 volt system in the French cars. My love affair probably with these cars started in the 1960s. I went down to Sydney from country New South Wales to play football, and they got me a job at a Ampol service station in Manly, who happened to be the Citroen dealers for the Northern Beaches. Now I was a so-called apprentice mechanic, doing grease and oil changes on Light 15s, and then the DS's came out. I thought, well, what a car these are! Unbelievable, like for the period, 1960. But even these cars, the Citroen Light 15, they were the first front-wheel drive motor car in the world. First front-wheel drive motor car. It started in about 1938, I think. They finished making these in about 1956. A long period of time. The war had a lot to do with that too. They had all the dies set and they couldn't get parts. They continued on making the Light 15s. And the DS's came out. And that's when I came to love the Citroens. Back then when the DS came out. Now, still a car, as far as I'm concerned, ahead of their time. I first became involved with cars probably living in Bathurst. I learned to drive around Man Panorama as a young fellow. We didn't have permits, learners permits or anything in those days. It was normally Sunday mornings. see a mob of cars up going around Mount Panorama with learner drivers back in those days, and we used to go to all the races at Mount Panorama, and we all had young cars at a young age, and lowered them and put wide wheels on them and did all those type of things. To old Holdens, old FX Holdens and FJs. That's where I started off. My first car was a 1949 Holden, which was, we could probably call, potted up, twin carbies, lowered, wide wheels, and all of the young blokes in Bathurst in those days, that's what they had. That's what we used to do. Congregate and talk about cars and not try and hot them up or something, and drive around Mount Panorama. My range of vehicles doesn't go very wide, mainly Toyotas, Land Cruisers to full caravans. I had a Celica GT4 at one stage. It was a fantastic little car. I used to rally them, and it was fantastic. The GT4, then I restored a 1950 Holden, ground up, not a bolt or a screw in it. The old full restoration job, and then I've moved on to the Citroen. That's about the range of the cars that I've had in my life. When I sold the Holden, a fellow from Sydney bought that. He used to ring me up all the time. Do you want to sell the car? Do you want to sell the car? No, I'm not ready, not ready. He probably used to ring me every 2 weeks, and in the end I relented and I sold the Holden. I started to look around for another car, and I thought, well, I might buy a Mark II Jag. I looked at a few of those, even went to Adelaide to have a look at one. And in the end I didn't end up buying a Mark II Jag. But then I found this Citroen being advertised for sale, and up at Bundaberg. I thought, oh, Citroen. I got a bit of a love affair with them from years ago. Thought I'll have a look at the Citroen instead of Mark II Jag. And hence, went to Bundaberg. As soon as I saw the car, I said, I'm buying that motor car. And as I did. I'm a member of two car clubs, the Gold Coast Anti-Gordo Club and the Citroen Car Club of Queensland. We've been a few long runs with the Citroen Car Club up Harvey Bay area and that type of thing, that distance. We had 11 Traction vans on a run once up that area, that way. It was very good. And the Gold Coast Anti-Gordo Club, we have 2 monthly runs there. Always go to those. As far as this car is concerned, I think it's a real head turner. Everywhere you go, people are looking at it, commenting on it, and want to know all about it. You go to get fuel, or even go shopping. You come out of the shops and people are standing there waiting for you. Have a talk to you about the motor car. That's that's the thing I like about it. It's a real real sharp car where people take interest in it. Bye.